Hey everybody, it's Brenda with Foxy's Creations. Hope everybody's having a good day. This video should go up on Monday. Again, it's still Sunday morning here. But this one should go up tomorrow at some point. And I'm hoping to be able to go live tomorrow too, guys. Yay! Hopefully my internet's all fixed. But we had internet issues. The people had to come out here and check things. My box kept going to connected, no internet. So they came and they fixed that. So that's a good thing. But this video is the ARTZOLOGY design team project for August, and we are doing the we're going to work on some altered envelopes and some altered guest check. So we're doing that now. And we may even do some altered tuck spots, depends on how much time we have. And oh, Lordy, let me look because I wrote it down. I was inspired by, it's on my phone, saved. For this, I saw another person who's doing their ARTZOLOGY design team project. And she was doing altered envelopes, which I only watched a partial bit of her video because, she was Vintage Blend Studio. And so I'm going to list her video below. And Sonia's Step Toe is who I was watching for the tuck spots. And both of them inspired me. I'm changing it up a little bit, but I'll list both their videos down below. So I'm going to try to get the tuck spots in as well. It just really depends on how long this video ends up being. I'm going to try to keep it less than an hour. So we're going to make an envelope like this. And now the other lady, she had folded hers up and made a tuck spot on it. We're not going to do that. But we're making the envelope. We're going to put the little card. We're going to make the card that goes in it. And I'm thinking in the book I want this to be a flip. So we're going to work on it being a flip on both of these. So we're going to make another one. So we're going to have two of these in our journal because they're going to be kind of a little bit bulky. But I wanted it to be a flip so we could put backing on here and have a place to maybe do some journaling, that kind of thing. I'm not sure yet what I want to put on the back of this, but I want to do something. So we're going to do this one first. So I have my envelope. I used this one to measure, and I have folded, and these are business size envelopes. So I just folded the part that we don't need, and now I'm going to cut that part off. Okay, so I've cut that off. And we are going to glue this little flap down. And I should have probably done that before I cut it. But we are going to glue our flap. And I want this one to go the opposite way this one is going. So that they'll be... So let me glue... So what I'm going to do on this one, because I want it to go that way, I'm going to glue this little bottom edge. Let me make sure I'm on camera. And I'm using tacky glue. So we want to glue our bottom edge shut. And in addition, we also want to glue our flap down. And I'm just applying the glue where they had the seal marked. Okay, and I colored these with inks. I did the ink splashing thing on the desk and all of that. And I had a napkin, but let me grab another paper towel. Wipe the glue off. So now what we're going to do, we want it to go this way. So I'm going to snip just this very top edge off, so that we now have an opening in the top. I'm going to take my punch, and I'm going to guesstimate where the middle of this envelope is, so I can make a little thumbprint mark. That looks about close. That came out pretty good. Okay, so we've got our envelope all prepped. I just want to run the scissors in here, make sure nothing's sticking It shouldn't be. I'm expanding that seam down there at the bottom. Still keeping it glued, but not letting it be such a thick seam. If that's making sense to you guys. We'll see what happens. Okay. So now our envelope is all prepped. So now what we need to do is prep our card. So I have already, these are pages that I printed out from the kit and then I cut them down. So I know I want to put this on here. So we're going to use, not tacky glue for this, we're going to use some Elmer's. And a paintbrush. So I'm kind of like Mod Podging it in a way. And I know I'm going to be gluing something else at the bottom, so I'm just going to go on and smooth my glue down there too. Okay. And so I'm going to line my paper up with that top corner. You may hear hubby snoring in the background. He doesn't have my sleeping issues. So he's sleeping up a storm. I wish I could be. Okay. So now we got that all glued down. And then I also found this piece that I want to put on here. And I kind of just want this portion. Well, you know what? We might save that piece and just put this piece. Create our own collage piece. I like it. Oops, it needs to come. Let's make it go right. Okay, let's put some extra glue where it's not wanting to seem to stick. Okay, guys, so the video stopped for a second, so I've fixed that. I got this trimmed, and now we're ready to put her on the card. And so I've kind of measured, and I'm going to show you how I did that. The card is going to fit down in the envelope all the way. So I know I want her to show in the envelope window as much as possible. So when I pull the card out, and I put her where her head is going to show under the window, sort of, I can put the card back under her. I just need to line it up with the top of the envelope. And that's where I came up with these marks. So I know when I glue her down, and I can erase those, they're only pencil, I need to glue her there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to glue her to our card. So, and then this is the bottom part of our envelope, which we're going to work on in a moment. Back to the Elmer's glue. Just put some on here. I'm going to get my paintbrush back. And I should have inked this up first, but I did not. It'll be okay. I always forget to ink stuff. I always do. And then we're going to not glue her to our table, but line her up to the edge of the card and that line at the bottom. That's like easier said than done. And there we go. Excuse me. Now you probably hear Miss Muffet snoring because she's under the table. Let me get a sip of coffee. Okay, so now we have her glued on here. And it's all pretty. And when we put this in our envelope, she can be seen through the window. Isn't that pretty? So like this one can. And so this is going to be how they're going to go in the book so that they'll flip out. So we have these completed. I am going to collage. Let's find some collage bits. So I cut out a bunch of stuff, you guys, from the papers from the kit. I shrank some papers, cut out some stuff. I also, let's see. What else could we put? Hang on, I'm looking. Oh, right here under my finger. So I shrank down some of the book pages from the spring kit because I had used it in a previous journal. And I'm thinking we could probably trim some of these down and just decorate the page a little bit. That's pretty. I like it. So let's just trim this one down just a little bit. And we're going to ink that one. We're not going to forget. So I shrank the pages down. I printed them 8 pages to a page. Is how I got them to shrink down to this size. And I kind of like it. So I think we're just going to glue this on here. As our little page decoration. We may even add some of this. How wide do we need it to be? Let's cut this little border piece off. This is a leftover scrap. And I think I want to just make it go to here. So if we put this first, and then we can kind of add this on. I like it. I think we're going to do that. So we're going to ink this up a little bit. And I love these little makeup brushes, you guys. Okay, and before we go any further, I do want to take our card. Let's ink up our card a little bit. I may need to get more ink on here. This is the ink pad's fresh. I mean, I just loaded it. I'm just not getting enough on my little brush, I don't think. And let's ink up our envelope and our little thumbnail mark. And we're going to, since we're going to make it a flip out, I am going to go ahead and ink the back. And I already inked that one, so we're just going to get this one all done. And I am watching my screen to make sure that we're not going to freeze up again. I don't know what happened. I have never had the computer freeze up like that. So never had it happen. Okay, so now we have that done. So let's put our glue on. Let's put it on our paper. And I'm just going to put thin little bits. Make sure I get my corners, because we know I have an issue with the corners. Okay, I'm going to flip this over. So because this whole kit is collaged, I got the idea that I was going to do collaging bits as well for some ephemera stuff. Now, there's plenty of ephemera in the kit, but I like to also make my own ephemera. And so I am using the Vintage Lady extra large tickets, the spring kit, book pages shrank down, and then this assemblage kit. So there's that one ready to go, and we're going to decorate the back later. So now we have these two. Now what we're going to do is I have another envelope that I made. This is made from a regular envelope. I cut the top open after I glued it. It's got two little cards in it, and I decorated the front. And I put paper on the back because it's going to go in a pocket as like a little booklet. So to make this, now this one I'm going to put these little tags in, which we're going to decorate. We need an envelope. Now with this one, I cut it different so we would have like a little thumbnail mark there, and that's fine. And we're going to cover, we're going to cover the inside. No, we're not. We're gonna, yeah, we are. Wait a minute. Wait. What did I do? Okay, I looked at that one. Oh, I see what I'm doing. We are going to cover the inside. Oh, this is going to be fun. Because we have these little weird spots because of how I did it. Yeah, well, let's just modify. We'll put thumb marks after we, on each side. I'm going to cut this off level. It just makes more sense. Now I got to make sure my frame is still going to fit that I'm using. And it will. So we're good. So we modify as we go. Okay. What is this? Oh, that's the back. So I'm going to put this in the middle. And I know that on the front we need, I'm just going to cut this because we're going to divide it up. Because that's going to be our front. So now this is going to be our little strips down the side. And I'm just going to eyeball cut it in half. And then this is going to go, oops, let's turn it into the middle. In the middle, thusly. And these are going to go on the sides, like this. So let's glue these down first. And we're going to have overhang. Oh, let's put it right side up. That would probably be helpful, wouldn't it? To get it right side up. Okay. And I am going to make some channel changes, and I am having a 500 subscriber giveaway. I just need to look at my calendar, and let's figure out a day. So that's going to go like that. We're going to do this one on the other side. And this is one of the background papers that she provided in the kit. And I just printed it out, and I'm using it as, I didn't back it with any of my papers. Her background papers are going to appear in here very all throughout. Like this is the back, this one I made with one of the background papers. I cut this from a page in the book. This is part of a page in the book, and then a frame with one of the ladies in it from one of the tickets. So the background pages are going to get used. I'm going to also use them to make pockets. I just cut a hole in the bottom of my envelope. I did a little tiny one. Well, phooey, let's glue it. Let's just put a little tiny bit. Okay, so I got my glue on the back of here. Now what we're going to do is we are going to glue this down onto here, trying to center it as much as possible, get it lined up with the top edge, and just glue it. And I do need to, I could wrap it. Why don't we do that? Since I put glue down there, we'll just wrap it around. It's not going to affect anything. Fold it back in half. Now what I want to do is I want to make my little thumb marks. So, or do we need to? I think these little tags are going to stick up. Hang on. Oh, they're going to stick out. We don't need thumb marks. That's cool. We're going to work on our tags in a moment. So, now for the front. So, for the front, we're going to use this piece. Here, but hang on. Let's do the back first. And there's a reason. So, I want to do the back, and I want to cut it right about here. And what that's going to do is allow it to wrap over the fold. So, I'm going to carefully bring this forward. And trim it off. Okay. And I'm not worried that that's not straight, as long as this edge is straight when I put it on here. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this on here. And I need to do some trimming still. Let me come back and trim this very top edge off a little bit. There we go. And get our glue. Make sure I get the corners and that outside edge. And I'm going to line this up as best as possible with the top edge and side of the envelope. And there we go. And I'm only making 2 of these because they're going to add some bulk to our little journal. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to fold this over and glue that down really well. Like that. And I'm going to leave it folded over while we put the front edge on. And I'm going to line this up and trim off the part we don't need at the top. Like that. And now we're going to put our glue. All the way into the corners. Well, make sure I get it closer to this edge. There we go. And now we're going to line this up again with the top edge and back edge. and the other edge as best as we can. Squish it down. Squishy, squishy, squishy. And squishing is a technical term. Okay, so we have all that together. Now we got to build our frame. So our frame is going to cover most of this. She's going to go in our frame, and I have a piece of acetate, which I've already cleaned, which I've already also measured to go back here. So what we're going to do for this, we're going to take the really skinny red line tape. I'm going to find the edge. And we're going to put it on this very top edge. Like this. And then we're going to use this the rest of the way for our acetate. Because the acetate, glue and acetate are not friends. Well, they are, but it will pull straight off. So you have to use the double-sided tape. Plus, since we're doing it with paper, the best option is the double-sided tape. This is how I made the other one. And if you don't have double-sided tape, you can use glue, but it may not hold as well. That's what I'm saying. Okay, so we're going to just smooth all this down. Oops, that didn't want to stick. I'm still getting the tape. Try it from the other side. Peel it. And red line tape is harder to keep down and peel. Yeah. And I'm sticking to this now. There we go. Okay, so now that I have that, I'm just going to lay it down and find my piece of acetate. Uh-oh. Here it is. And this is so hard to see. And I know you guys probably can't see it if I can't see it. That's not even lined up correctly. Ah. Lordy be. Okay. That's fine. We're just going to retape. So I'll put another piece of red line tape at the top. Another piece of this down the side. And you're not going to see where that boo-booed, so we're not going to worry about that. We're going to try to pull it off, though. Okay. I'm going to just burnish this with my nails. And try again. See, it's just not wanting to burnish down. That's why I don't like red line tape. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to put a drop of glue underneath that where that paper is wanting to lift, where the tape pulled. Now my tape is stuck to itself. There we go. I got it undone. Okay. Grab our acetate, which we can find now, and I'm going to try to get this tape off of here. There's some of it. There we go. Okay. I'm going to line that up at the top. There we go. Okay, so now we've got our acetate on here. That looks pretty good. I do see where I need to trim the edges a little bit. And I got some glue on here. So I'm going to take some alcohol on a paper towel and work on getting that glue off of the acetate, whichever side it's on. It was glue from our table. Okay. Now what we want to do is position her under here. And to do that, I'm going to just tape across the top and the bottom. So again, I have to use the red line tape because the top of this is so thin. I'm going to find the end of it. Okay. Move her out of the way for a second. And then just cut that off. Because I don't have white score tape that's this thin. I think it's like 1/8 of an inch. And then we're going to just put this at the bottom. Is she going to even hit the sides? No, but when we glue this all down to our envelope, we're going to be fine. So now I get to peel it again. Okay. I'm going to lay her down and kind of position this where I want it to be. Okay, now I can, because there's still tape exposed, just trim her off. At the top and the bottom. Okay, we're going to ink this up. I guess you do see that where it peeled, but I'm not going to worry about it. It adds more charm. We can't really ink. Oh, y'all, I put her on the wrong side. That's why we can see that. No, no, no. Yes, yes, yes. Yep, she's on the wrong side. Oh, well, it's going to be what it is. So I can't really ink this because I put her wrong. We're going to leave it. It's a mistake that we're leaving in. So I can't ink her up, but we can ink the envelope. She was supposed to go on the other side. That's okay. It'll all be fine. So I'm just inking up our envelope. We're going to ink up the side right here real good. Okay. It seems like everything that can go wrong today is going wrong. My camera done froze up on me twice. It's all messed up, but it's all good. It's all good. Now we're going to glue her down. And we can do that now because we have paper that's going to make contact with paper. So we're just going to glue her to here. That's not, that is not even cut straight, it doesn't look like. But we're going to leave it like it is. There we go. So we have that, and I hope I put that on the right side up. I did. So now we got to decorate our tags. So to decorate our little tags, what I'm thinking is get my little collage bin over here. And these are all the bits that I cut out from pages in the book. Well, where's the other one? There's two of these. I think I want some of these pages. That would be cute. We could put one of these little, I made little stamps out of the little moth. That would be cute on there. What else can we put? On this one, what if we put this? I want the music paper part. I kind of want the library card part too. What if we just trim around it? Ha ha. And then, or, yeah, let's just do this. Trim around it and then maybe add one of the little stamp mothy things to there. Now let's look at our other tag. What can we do on it? We could add one of these ladies. I have the bigger ones too. Let's see, how will the bigger ones work? Oh, I want that black and white one. I like her. We could just trim her off. I like that. And maybe add like, oh, let's don't add a ticket. Let's just add her to this card. Let's get our little collage bits out of the way. Okay. And we didn't use that. So, let's fix up our tickets. Our tags. And then the back side of these tags will just be used for journaling spots, putting notes on. You can put a picture on the back, something. You can do any of those kind of things. So I'm just going to stick this up to the top. We want to center it, sort of. It'll cooperate with me. Okay. Then I want to put this little moth ticket on here, stamp. Like that. Okay. And now we get to trim. I ungunked my scissors and they're going to, by the time I'm done with this, they're going to be all gunky again. But that's okay. Okay, so there's that one. That looks kind of wonky. Let's carefully, like, kind of straighten that little humpy part out. There. Oh, I wrinkled my paper. And now I just tore my paper. Oh, my. See, this is one of those days, y'all. It's one of those days. And it's not Monday, but it's acting like a Monday. But y'all are going to see this on Monday. Okay, so we're going to leave that alone. We're going to work on her. Now, I know I'm going to need... Oh, let's do this, because I don't want this thumb part up here. So we're going to trim this back now. And then we're going to line it up square with our little shoulders. Flip it over, and I'm going to go ahead and just trim the bottom off now. So, we're going to glue her up. And I know I don't need the ink all the way over, but we're going to glue her up anyway. And now I'm going to center her on here as best as I can. And smooth this down. And where I tore that paper, it just adds character. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to snip the back part and snip this little part and snip and snip. And I have little collage papers I can still use. I want to get them out of my way. My tape's wanting to be unrolled. Let's get all that out of our way. There we go. Okay, so now she's ready to go into our envelope that we just made. So we have this little envelope. We've got the middle. We've got a back. And this is just going to go in a pocket. So we can put these little bits in here. Thusly. Well, that one didn't slide down correctly. I don't know why. Okay, one of these looks way taller than the other one. Let's fix that. So we're just going to snip the bottom off of this other one and make them even. There. Now we'll put them in their little pockets. That just doesn't want to go in straight on that side. And there we go. Our two little tags. Well, they should line up better than that. There. We can line them up later when we put them in the book. But there we go. So we've made this envelope. We've made this envelope. We're going to work on a guest check. And then we're going to decorate these little tuck spots that we have. This is going to be more than an hour-long video, you guys, and I'm sorry, but we're not going to get to the other tuck spots that Sonia had put up a video on. We'll have to do a separate video for those, but that's not a problem. We may do these tuck spots with those tuck spots and just do the guest check now, and then we'll be done with this video. So the guest check, what we're going to do with it, I made this card, but this was not using a guest check. It was just using cardstock. And I had a frame left over. I put the little piece at the bottom, and I put her on there. So what we're going to do is I have a frame. I have her. Well, let's take out the guest check. We're going to alter a guest check. So we can put that away. I had a background out, I thought. I did. I put it away. Is that it? No. That is not it. I had a big... Huh. What did I just do with that background I had? Oh, Lordy. I had a background out for her. Okay. Well, let's do this. We still have this. We're going to do the coffee dyed side, I think. And we're going to, I want this part. Move that. Let's ink this. Oops, sorry about that, guys. I'm going to do it on this side because we're going to glue it down. So since I know that's what we're going to do, let's just see, it doesn't seem like I'm getting that much ink on here. There we go. You know what? I may leave it. Let's just continue doing this. Because she's going to go in the middle. I think we want to leave it. Yes. It's a juicy pad, so I don't know what's happening. Now what we want to do is we want to lay this down. Everybody, I'm back. It froze up again. So a little bit got done before I realized it was frozen. I've antiqued this whole card. I took the bottom off and I antiqued it. And we antiqued our frame. So I'm just trying to figure out where to glue everything down, because I want this to go at the bottom. Like this. So I'm guessing if we put her right there at that line, that will work. So let's just get these put on here. We're going to stop after this. And I'm going to try to figure out what's going on with my computer. And then we're going to do the tuck spots in a separate video from these. And I'm going to learn how to edit. We'll see how that goes. Y'all will be able to tell me how the editing went in the comments below. I haven't edited before. I would just do record and upload. These I'm going to edit together so it will look like one video, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. Kind of like learning on the fly. Now, I want this to be the outside border. Since I took all the time I did to antique it like I did. And it needs to go up there. Okay. So let's just ink it up, or glue it. Let's put some glue on here. And it's going to be a total of over an hour long video. And I keep getting that I'm dropping frames. If y'all have a Logitech camera, I keep getting I'm dropping frames, and I refuse to drop down to 360. 720 DPIs is fine. It's as low as I'm going to go, because I'm not going to degrade video quality. But it says to close other programs that are running. Nothing else is running on this computer except this program when it does that. So I don't know if I'm doing something wrong, or their last update may have done it. I don't know. But now we got to put something here. But I don't want to kind of cover this up, so I just want a little something. Maybe one of those tickets. Let me get my little bucket back. I think we could put this on here. Oh, not that one. I want one with the edges on it. Like this. I like that. And we can angle it. Yeah, let's do that. Put some glue on here. Make sure I'm on camera. Collage bits. And there we go. Now we have an altered guest check. And the back of it can be journaled on. We may even back the back of it with coffee dyed. That's an idea. Put this coffee dyed paper. Let's use this edge because it's the straight edge. So we'll do that. We'll coffee dye the back of it. I'll line it up as good as I can. And we're going to trimmy. Trimmy. And trim this little bottom edge off. And go up the little side a little bit. And across the top. So now we have altered this guest check to put in our journal with one of the large lady tickets. And I kept the bottom. And because that will eventually tear off because it's perforated, that's why I went on and took it off and moved it up. So now we have both of these cards that we can use as journaling cards that can both be journaled on the back. We have this little envelope booklet. This one that I made off camera is my prototype. We have this. We still need to decorate the backs. Let me show you what I think we're going to do to the backs. Will these fit? And then I'm going to tell you all how I made them. They will fit. But we need to trim first, and I'll tell you why. These are stickers. Overgrown stickers. At the Dollar Tree, I found self-adhesive mailing labels. They are 4x6. And I was like, ooh, I bet I could print on those. Guys, you can. When you put them in your printer, just select that you've got 4x6 paper in the printer. And then I took this page from the book and I cut it in half. I did some editing to her paper, cut it in half, and printed half on one sheet and half on the other, 4x6. And now I have stickers. So we've cut that one down. Let's take this other one. I want to keep the little label-y part. And let's line it up. So I just made overgrown stickers. I think they're very cool. And I did that to the lady tickets. I shrunk them and printed them also. And so I have some stickers that are the ladies. I can show you one of those. That's right. Let me find one. They're smaller. They're little ladies. Oh my, where did they go? Okay, here they are. So, here's one of them. And on the back, if I can get it started. Oh my word. I just have to be able to get it started. There we go. It's a peel and stick sticker, so I can put these in places too. So I printed them out, and I'm going to use them somehow in this when we're doing embellishments and stuff. So let's make sure I get this on here right side up. So I'm going to just peel it. But I'm not going to peel the whole thing yet. And then I'm going to line up the top edge with the top edge. Put that down. And then peel and squish. And now I'm going to need to trim again just a little bit, which is fine. Just careful, don't cut off the side of your envelope because you'll poke a hole in your envelope. So now we have that. On the back side. Let's see, we could put one of these little ladies down here or something. So now we're going to do this one. Same thing, I'm just going to start at the top. And only peel a little bit, turn this over. And line it up, because I was thinking, you know, these look like they would fit these envelopes. And they do. Well, minus the little trimming that we had to do. And here we go. And I see that I'm going to need to trim that again. That's fine. And I'm just going to go down the side of the envelope to trim that off. And there we have it. So now the back of the envelope is decorated with a page from the kit, which we're going to turn these into flips. So these are now ready to go. And I can throw the little sticker papers away. So that's where we're going to end this video, guys. So I can figure out what's going on with my camera and everything. So we have... See, and I'm wondering if I'm even recording, because now it's not timed anymore, so I don't know what's happening. But we have both of these done. We have this, and we have these little cards. So this is what we've done today, and the next video that goes up is going to be tuck spots, and we're going to fix these little bottoms tuck spots that were the leftovers from our envelopes as well. Thank y'all for watching, and I hope y'all have a great day. Bye, everybody.